Hey, what is going on, Street Fighter 6 YouTube community? Thanks to everyone that sticks around for these. My name is Jinsei. This is going to be the usual video for those beginners, the new players, the veterans, and everyone in between of what is Lost in Modern Controls. Apologies for the late video. I know Terry came out near the end of September, and we're almost a month out. A lot of stuff with work, a lot of stuff with the youngest starting school. Kind of been a crazy September. So we've got everything all settled down. Terry Bogard is here. Mr. Bogard here is the first guest character in the Street Fighter franchise. Despite the fact, the amount of time that SNK and Capcom have worked with each other, this is the first time that they've ever had a crossover and a guest character in the main franchise. From Capcom starting to employees going to SNK to start new fighting games like Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, King of Fighters, Garurumaka the Wolves, and just God knows what else. And it's just, and a working relationship as well. We got, SVC Chaos from SNK, with SNK doing, their fighting styles, to Capcom doing Capcom versus SNK and Capcom versus SNK 2. Probably like one of the most beloved crossovers that isn't Marvel. So, we've got Terry, we've got Mai coming out as well in the future. And then for City of the Wolves, for SNK's new fighter, we're going to get Ken and Chun. So hopefully this leads to a good relationship, and we get whether we get a Capcom versus SNK 2 or a Capcom versus SNK 3, excuse me. It's a good time to be a fighting game fan, especially if you're a Street Fighter player, whether you're Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, it doesn't matter what your taste is. I think it's a good time. It's a good time to be a fighting game player right now. But yeah, Terry's here. Thankfully, arguably probably the face of SNK Fighters now. Like, kind of Kyo got kind of shoved to the side a little bit. At least, in my opinion, I like Kyo, but Terry's definitely got that recognizable look more than he does. Jacket, hat, star in the back, are you okay? That, just that kind of stuff. To the point where he even made it into Smash as a character, which is insane. But now he's here, so let's go over the normals he does have and what he loses, his assisted combos with and without meter, in my opinion, at the end, as always. Sorry for the long-winded intro. Let's get started. We're going to start off easy. We'll do jumping normals first. So we got jumping light punch, jumping medium kick, and jumping roundhouse, excuse me. So we do still have the cross up, which is going to be that jumping medium kick. If you're like me and you're like a dedicated Shoto, a lot of times the lights ended up being better cross ups, but that's not Terry's case. Even light kick, which unfortunately doesn't get light kick, light punch, or heavy punch. But you definitely have the kind of important air normals to begin with. Standing normals, we got standing light punch, standing medium punch, and then standing roundhouse. Crouching, we got crouching light punch, crouching medium kick, and crouching fierce. And universally, down forward heavy is always sweep. The buttons that do definitely matter for sure. Your standing confirms and your crouching confirms, which means obviously you're gonna have your drive rush stuff available. As far as the auto buttons are, like these are only for like starting combos. Usually, obviously, to do like your auto combos like that. But they do give you access to one normal if you just use it alone. Standing light kick, crouching medium punch, and standing fierce. This is where Terry gets a lot of his damage. So you definitely do have to get used to like doing a button and then letting go if you don't want to continue the auto combo. Standing medium kick is lost, which is a bit, to me that kind of stinks. Standing light kick is lost as well, which is a shame. I think standing medium kick is not a crazy good poke. It's no Bison standing medium kick or like a Geef or something, but like going back to Cody in Street Fighter 5. And Ken kind of has this too, but counter hit, you can basically, it's a one frame into Buster Wolf, so you can like confirm it and then do level 1. Even punish counter works. It gives you a little bit more of an open window to do it. So it's a shame. It's just a nice little counter hit confirm in the poking game, where if you hit somebody with it and you have one bar of super, you can just like blow it and get some nice easy damage. As far as the specials go, neutral special is going to be Power Wave. This is going to be his special input as well. Like gives you ground wave and the power waves. This is medium power wave. It dissipates about mid-screen. This will clash with fireballs and fireball wars. This will go under fireballs for light power wave, and then this is just, you know, if you want, you can use that as like a feint. Not a great idea. It has a lot of startup. You know, if your opponent's looking for it, even if he jumps, you're gonna like lose to it. But he gets a lot of like corner strengthening combos here. Forward specials, rising tackle. Surprisingly, this is the light version. Usually it's always a medium version of a heavy move that's an uppercut. But this is light rising tackle. You know, this is his other input for his other, you know, for his Z motion or his, you know, if you want to be numpad 623 or 412, depending on the side that you are. But yeah, that's his DP input. Down special is power charge. Fortunately, this is not going to be his input. This is normally a quarter circle and fire and kicks on classic, but he loses that, and it's a shame because usually his power charge, he has excuse me, he has like light loops with it, with the light version. Medium always does a pop-up. You can usually always do Buster Wolf after it. And heavy is the big combo, and he doesn't get that as an input. He does have it as part of his combos, and I'll show you that in a bit. But yeah, it's a bit of a loss, not being able to get the input to it. They could have possibly made it like a half circle, like a half circle input instead, but you know, it is what it is. And then finally we have Crack Shoot, which is back special. This is heavy Crack Shoot, so he does lose access to light and medium Crack Shoot, but the heavy one is typically the one where a lot of his like combos come from. So I guess this isn't too big of a loss that this is going to be our one button input for it. No, if you notice, you know, if you know your Terry history, there's no burn knuckle. That's going to be his quarter circle back input. I think this is called quick knuckle, and his burn knuckles come from here. So those do have to manually be inputted in order to get those moves. Now, to go into the special moves that are lost. So normally, heavy power charge is where the combos come from, and that is actually where. Let me see. I'm trying to remember what combo it is. I want to say it's the medium one. No, that's going to be medium power charge. Yeah, okay, cool. So, oh, you know what? Sorry, I got off track. Target combos. So we do still have the sways. Medium punch and medium punch and medium punch again does give us that like lariat kind of. This has like, if you hold forward, it gives us like side swap capabilities. These don't naturally combo, unfortunately. To get the knee instead, which does hit from behind, is going to be heavy. So medium, medium, and medium, and the third one is going to be the lariat. Medium, medium, and heavy on the third instead is going to be that cross-up knee. That's one of the ones that they show up in his trials, so that might look familiar. Medium and heavy is going to be this like power burn knuckle kind of move. This is a nice one to have. If you can do this from like kind of max distance, if someone doesn't have like a crazy good far-reaching 5-framer, it's pretty hard to punish. Now, his other target combo is going to be power dunk. That is medium, forward heavy, and then heavy again. There's a just frame in here that gives you a little bit more damage. We're not going to really go over that because I still can't find consistent timing for it. But the last target combo he has is going to be crushing mediums, so like 1-2. This is special cancelable. Heavy doesn't work, obviously, but you can do like burn knuckle or something just to be whatever you want to do to keep it basic. But now, the power charge that I was mentioning. So this is interesting because the heavy fierce for Terry, or the standing fierce, depending on if you cancel the first or second, certain things won't work. So normally when you do the heavy power charge, because normally it's this, it's that, you know, the heavy power charge will never work if you cancel it into the second one, which kind of, there's a bit of a benefit for Terry and modern for this. because you can literally just smash it and you get the timing for it every single time. Like, versus, you know, trying to manually do it, which is also fine. And if you just keep doing the auto combo on this and do it on the second hit again, it'll do the same exact thing, but it has a grapple. Just because, like I said, that won't naturally combo. And that's, you know, you can still do it manually, but you get a bit of a benefit because to get like the most effective damage for that, you need to time the power charge to hit all 3 of Crack Shoot to get a heavy DP after it. So you do get a bit of a benefit there. But like I said, you lose the manual input, which is, you know, for me it's a shame. But, you know, hey, what are you gonna do? It's modern. We got to keep it a little bit simple for people that want to have it simple. But yeah, that's Terry. So let's, and as far as his normals and his target combos go, so let me show you his assisted combos, and then I'll give you my opinion. So let's take a look at what they are. So that is all of Terry's moves on his auto combos with no meter and meter. So this is a bit odd because I'm no pro, I'm no crazy high level player. Like, I don't travel for tournaments. Like, it's just the best I can say is, like, outside of like locals and stuff, like I got top 200 at Evo this year, but that's basically it. But Terry is kind of he's not exactly strong, but he's not bad. Some of the moves that he loses arguably aren't crazy important. The standing medium kick is a bit of a niche thing because that's like I personally think it's a nice poke, and as someone who like is a standing medium kick enthusiast type of guy, but it's a shame he doesn't have like that little very specific counter hit normal. But other than that, I mean, he's got everything he needs to play his game, even in modern. Like, you can still do, you know, you have the benefit of getting basically the auto time into that. Like, and as always with like all those special combos, if you don't want to spend the meter, just, you know, learn to practice your presses manually, and then just be careful misinputting too many times and you spend your meter too early. He doesn't have, interesting enough though, he doesn't actually have like combos that combo into Power Geyser, which is his level 2. So his level 2 is double core circle back forward, or double core circle back with medium. And yeah, you can either just let one geyser rip. You can also, geez, I cannot do inputs for save my life. You can also like hit, you know, 2 buttons again to spend 3 OD bars, I believe, to get double geyser. And then if you have 1 more bar, you'll get triple geyser. So he surprisingly doesn't have anything that combos into it, but it's also kind of a bit of a hard move to combo into. There's like crazy specific setups that you need to do for it. Well, not crazy specific, but like certain setups will combo into geyser, but not naturally, which is a bit of a shame outside of like, you know, like something like this. You have to spend like 1 bar for it. you're more at risk putting yourself out at burnout at that point, depending on how much meter you have, if it's not going to kill. But yeah, I mean, I'd say he's mid. Most people will probably disagree. Maybe he's like low mid. But again, that kind of just speaks a little bit with the balance of the game. Like it's a well balanced game. There's definitely some outliers. You know, some people, Rashid might still need to be toned down, and Akuma's super good and stuff like that. But it's just SF6 for the most part is still a pretty well balanced game, and I think Capcom did a great job. Like, we'll see what balance patches happen in the future if Terry gets a little bit more love. But yeah, I mean that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry this is a bit of a long one. Terry's got a little bit more, and I kind of rambled a little bit in the beginning. But yeah, feedback in the comments always greatly appreciated. Thumbs up, thumbs down, doesn't matter. Whatever you thought of the video, let me know. And I hope to see you guys soon with the next character, and I believe that's going to be Mai. You take care, everyone, and hope you have a wonderful day. Hit them streets. Be safe.